Welcome back to Channel Today. We uncover an extraordinary story that will leave both coin collectors and everyday viewers stunned. We're diving into the fascinating world of one of the most sought-after coins in Australian numismatic history, the ultra-rare and incredibly valuable Australian 50-cent coin. These aren't just pieces of metal, they're prize collectors' items, with some fetching astonishing values in the market. From rare minting errors to historical designs, these coins can be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. Let me know if you'd like to continue with details about specific rare 50-cent coins, their features, or current market values. Let's get started fast up one. The 1980 Australian 50-cent coin, often overlooked in the hustle of daily transactions, may hold a secret so profound that its very presence in your pocket could shift the trajectory of your life. It is not just a coin. It is a gateway, a portal into the world of unimaginable fortune for those fortunate enough to recognize its true worth. Within this silvery polygon lies a whisper of destiny, wrapped in national pride and numismatic rarity. The 50-cent piece of Australia is no ordinary coin. Struck with a distinctive 12-sided shape, it stands out even among global currencies. But the 1980 edition carries a particular allure. This year, while millions were minted for circulation, there were reports and whispers within numismatic circles of rare minting errors. Coins struck with double dies, off-center designs, or perhaps even produced on the wrong planchet altogether. These flaws, while accidental, make the coin not just rare, but legendary. They transform a simple half-dollar into a collectible of mythical proportions, fetching immense figures among elite collectors and auction houses across continents. The design, elegant yet regal, features Queen Elizabeth II on one side, graceful, poised, timeless. On the reverse, the Australian coat of arms proudly presents a kangaroo and emu flanking the shield, a bold symbol of national strength and unity. But it's not the image that makes this coin worth millions. It's the imperfections, the rare flukes, the versions that slip quietly through the mint's fingers without a second glance. It's these few misfits, these precious anomalies, that now sit at the top of the collector's pyramid, crowned not by chance, but by fate. Imagine holding such a coin in your hand, perhaps something inherited from an old box of keepsakes or found buried in the corners of a forgotten drawer. To the untrained eye, it looks like any other, but under the gaze of a professional, it shines with rare luster. A coin in uncirculated condition, with sharp detail, no scratches, and a unique error. These are the variables that turn your 1980 50-cent piece into a million-dollar marvel. And yes, coins like this have sold for staggering amounts, sometimes in hush-hush private sales, sometimes in auctions where wealthy bidders battle fiercely for ownership. Many collectors spend decades hunting such treasures. They scour flea markets, estate sales, and vintage shops, always hoping to find that one coin that could rewrite their story. But imagine if you already have it, tucked away unknowingly, perhaps as a childhood memento or part of your family's forgotten chain collection. This is not fiction. This is a thrilling reality that unfolds to the few lucky enough to discover the wealth that has been sitting quietly, patiently, under their noses. The beauty of rare coins lies in their dual identity. They are history and investment, art and asset. The 1980 50-cent coin is a perfect embodiment of this duality. It tells the tale of young Australia, firm in its identity, proud in its symbolism, and it does so while holding within its small frame the power to change lives. To collectors, it's a crown jewel. To the unsuspecting, it's a sleeping dragon of wealth. But to you, the owner, it might be the golden ticket you never knew you had. If you own such a coin, do not be swayed by casual offers or ill-informed buyers. Do not let it slip away for a few dollars. Seek a proper valuation. Have it appraised by certified experts. Protect it like treasure, because that's precisely what it is. Your fortune could be one decision away, and the difference between a billionaire's smile and a seller's regret often lies in one coin left unexamined. In the end, the 1980 Australian 50-cent coin is a symbol of hidden opportunity, a reminder that wealth doesn't always arrive with noise and glitter. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your change pocket, waiting for a moment of recognition. Hold tight to your coin, because it might just hold tighter to your destiny. The Australian 50-cent coin from 1983 lies a mystery wrapped in metal, a forgotten treasure, a hidden heirloom of fortune. To the average passerby, it's just another piece of change tucked between pockets and purses. But for those with a keen eye and knowledge passed down through collectors' whispers, this coin is far more than currency. It's a gateway to generational wealth, a relic with the power to change your life overnight. If you possess this coin, you could unknowingly be holding a multi-million-dollar fortune in the palm of your hand. The 1983 50-cent coin doesn't scream wealth, but that's what makes it dangerous, because only those with deep insight into rare numismatic history know the truth about it. Minted in relatively low circulation, this coin has rare variations that were only discovered years later, when meticulous collectors noticed subtle imperfections, like off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or even transitional planchet errors. These rare mistakes, occurring in just a handful of coins, now command mind-blowing prices at elite auctions, where collectors and investors go to war with bids that rise into the millions. What makes this particular 50-cent coin a sleeping giant isn't just its design or scarcity. It's the story it tells. Cast during a time of quiet transition in Australia's minting history, it was a year of experimentation and error. Coins were tested under varying conditions. Some were struck with older dies. Others may have been mistakenly struck on silver blanks, or with slight double impressions. These irregularities, now considered flaws, have transformed these coins into priceless masterpieces. If your coin shows any of these characteristics, you might be sitting on a ticket to fortune. The design remains majestic. Queen Elizabeth II gracing the obverse, calm and timeless, while the reverse bears the enduring Australian coat of arms, framed by that iconic 12-sided shape. But don't be fooled by appearances. Among the sea of circulated coins lies the occasional outlier, one that deviates subtly but powerfully from the norm, one that transforms from a coin into a key, unlocking doors to wealth, opportunity, and legacy. It's the kind of coin that, once discovered, creates headlines, stirs bidding wars, and changes lives. You could be holding one of the rarest types ever minted, without even realizing it. Coins found in pristine, uncirculated condition with rare error traits have fetched sums that eclipse even luxury real estate. And the more time passes, the more their value climbs. Why? Because they aren't just rare, they're irreplaceable. A coin like this, if confirmed to be a rare error strike in mint condition, isn't just worth a fortune, it's worth a future. It could pay for homes, dreams, businesses, and retirements. Collectors aren't just looking for coins, they're hunting legends. And the 1983 50-cent coin is one such legend. But unlike fairy tales, this one is real. You don't need to dream. You only need to check your old collections, your family's coin jar, or that dusty drawer where forgotten treasures sleep. Because if you find this coin, and it's one of the few bearing the rare traits known to collectors, then your fortune is no longer fiction. It's a tangible, shiny metallic reality. So guard your coin with care. Don't rush to trade it for a quick profit. Get it verified, graded, and protected. Its true worth could change based on tiny differences invisible to the naked eye, but invaluable in the eyes of experts. Once authenticated, your 1983 Australian 50-cent coin could find itself in the center of the numismatic spotlight, admired, coveted, and heavily bid upon by those who know its true power. And in that moment, you will realize that wealth doesn't always come in grand gestures or lottery tickets. Sometimes it comes quietly, shaped like a 12-sided silver coin, minted decades ago, carried with the power to rewrite your destiny. The question now is, do you have the eye to see its value and the courage to claim your fortune? Australian 50-cent coin dated 1997, an unassuming disc of silver-colored metal that, to the average person, means little more than spare change. But what if that very coin holds within it the power to completely rewrite your future? What if the 1997 Australian 50-cent piece, in its rarest and most elusive form, is actually a multi-million-dollar gem that only a handful of people on Earth know how to recognize? This isn't fantasy. This is the hidden world of high-stakes numismatics. The magic of the 1997 50-cent coin isn't in its face value, nor even its beautiful design. It lies in the rare versions, those struck with minting errors, off-metal compositions, or low mintage quirks that have become the holy grail for collectors. The 12-sided shape, bearing the Royal Australian coat of arms and Queen Elizabeth II's dignified portrait, may be common to most coins of its kind, but subtle deviations, ones that escape the naked eye, are what elevate a common coin into a millionaire's treasure. And when these variants are discovered, they don't just fetch admiration. They spark bidding wars that shoot through the financial stratosphere. Among collectors, whispers of special 1997 50-cent coins with misstruck edges, rotated dies, or even double obverse prints have become legend. Some believe there were a handful struck on the wrong metal or with an experimental finish. These are the coins that don't appear in circulation often, if at all. They are pulled quietly from the mint or lost in the shuffle, only to resurface decades later in the most unexpected places. When one does, it's like finding a diamond in gravel, a fortune disguised as a coin. If you're lucky enough to possess such a specimen, you're not just holding metal, you're holding potential. These coins are more than numismatic marvels. They are rare artifacts of history, and when preserved in mint condition, especially with official grading from trusted authorities, their value explodes. We're talking about prices so high that a single transaction could erase debt by property and still leave enough to pass on generational wealth. That's the financial magic hiding within a coin that many might dismiss as ordinary. Now imagine this. A coin you found in a box from your childhood, tucked away without a second thought, turns out to be one of those rare 1997 errors. You bring it to a collector's fair or a numismatic expert, and jaws drop, phones come out, offers fly, and in the span of one surreal day, your life is changed forever. You become the center of attention in a circle of elite collectors, dealers, and museums, all competing to own what you found. That is a reality for the very few who discover these ultra-rare coins. But this isn't just about money, it's about a story of how something so small, so simple, can carry such incredible power. It's the kind of story that turns skeptics into believers, dreamers into achievers. And it's why these coins hold more than just historical or material value. They hold inspiration. They remind us that hidden fortunes can exist in plain sight, and that knowledge is a key to unlocking them. So if you have a 1997 50-cent coin, look again, carefully. Examine its details, its condition, its edges. If anything about it seems unusual, don't dismiss it. Get it evaluated, get it graded, and most importantly, get insured. Because you could be holding the most valuable version of a coin that millions have passed over without a thought. You could be one of the few who turn pocket change into generational wealth. In a world where people chase wealth through complex investments and digital speculation, it's almost poetic that something so traditional, so tangible, could hold the ultimate key to fortune. The 1997 50-cent coin, in its rarest form, isn't just a collector's item. It's a life changer. And if fate has placed it in your hands, then it's not just luck, it's destiny. The elusive 1996 Australian 50-cent piece. At first glance, this 12-sided coin might seem like any other, sturdy, metallic, bearing the proud Australian coat of arms on one side and Queen Elizabeth II's elegant profile on the other. But hidden within certain variations of this coin lies the potential for immense, life-changing value. It is not just a coin. It is a symbol of possibility, and in its rarest forms, a ticket to unimaginable wealth. What makes the 1996 50-cent coin stand out among others is not just its limited mintage, but the legend surrounding rare minting errors that occurred in that year. Some reports among numismatic circles speak in hushed tones of double die strikes, off-metal prints, and rotated dies, flaws that would be catastrophic in any other context, but which here create a collector's dream. These are not just minting quirks. They are the anomalies that elevate a regular coin into the stratosphere of million-dollar collectibles. Now imagine this. In your drawer, among forgotten trinkets, lies a coin minted nearly 3 decades ago. It has survived recessions, technology revolutions, and shifting generations, quietly waiting for you to discover its true power. Maybe you picked it up in your childhood or inherited it unknowingly. Maybe it caught your eye at a flea market or sat unnoticed in a dusty album. And yet, that one coin can now be your golden key to financial freedom. Because in the right condition and with the right rarity, it's not just worth money, it's worth a fortune. Coin collectors, both seasoned and new, are constantly on the hunt for these legendary coins. When one surfaces, especially one graded in pristine condition, it sparks a frenzy. Private auctions explode with bids from collectors, investors, and museums alike. Bidding wars stretch into the tens and even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, cross into the millions when the coin bears a unique and verifiable error. This is not fiction. It's the magic that happens when scarcity meets demand in the high-stakes world of numismatics. The power of the 1996 50-cent coin lies not just in its rarity, but in its story. It is a piece of history, a relic of the Australian Mint's meticulous process, and a reminder that mistakes can become miracles. The coin was struck during a time when fewer coins were needed, making it less common than other years. But within that already smaller pool, the rare error variants make it nearly mythical. And it is those few, those incredibly rare specimens, that elevate a humble coin into a throne of treasure. The beauty of this journey is that anyone can be part of it. You don't need to be rich to find such a coin. You just need to be curious. You need to believe that extraordinary things can be hidden in ordinary places. You need to be willing to look. Because for the lucky few who do, everything can change. That single 1996 50-cent piece can open doors to luxury homes, world travel, and financial peace for generations to come. So if you have one, guard it, study it, examine it with care. If something seems unusual about its finish, its weight, its strike, don't ignore it. You could be staring at $1 million marvel disguised as pocket change. The coin you carry today could be the treasure others have hunted for years. And in this silent, metallic disc lies not just history, but hope. Because sometimes, fortune doesn't come wrapped in gold or dressed in digital code. Sometimes it comes in a 12-sided coin minted in 1996, waiting patiently to transform your destiny. And if you hold that coin, know this, you're not holding a piece of silver. You're holding the future.